Back pain is so common with golf. All of our golfers that come in, they end up with a quick warm up. So the focus on this video is, what is your quick warm up? You're already out, you're about to play around. Let's figure out a quick warm up for you to do so that you're moving through the right areas. My name is Jonathan Rizika. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. We work with golfers every single week on their golf game, making sure that their body works well, works functionally, and doesn't hurt. Back pain, knee pain, ankle, elbow, and shoulder, those are the things that we see all the time. And biomechanics are really important. We want you to enjoy your round of golf. So biomechanics, the way the body moves, especially with golf, it's very precise. So we need to move through our thoracic spine. Our shoulder blades have to have an area to dig down into when we're in our backswing and our follow through. And then also we need to move through our hips. And a lot of people will turn their feet out like crazy just to be able to get that hip rotation. So if you're able to do that, then great, and you're able to get a good golf swing, but a lot of people can't. So we want you to have really good golf game, be able to hit down the fairway, hit it longer, hit it straighter, but you need to have these range of motion requirements. So we have to be able to move through internal and external rotation through our hips, and we need to be able to move through our thoracic spine with our shoulder blades digging down each way as we go through. And then it has to be able to go into protraction. It has to be able to drive forward when we're doing follow through or our backswing on the opposite side. So shoulder blade motion, our rib cage, and our thoracic spine and our hips are just extremely important, and our ankles as well. So we're gonna go through that in this video on a quick warm up, exactly what you need to do. One thing I want to address right at the beginning is never do this and try to spin your golf club behind you like that. So we had that with golfers. I've seen it with golfers. I've seen it with a softball player. That was part of her warm-up routine. She had a torn labrum in her shoulder. Why'd the labrum tear in the first place? She did it while she was batting. It doesn't make any sense. If we're grinding on that capsule, if we're grinding on that labrum, we're creating a soft spot. So if you don't need that range of motion to be crazy like this, you're not doing gymnastics, then don't chase it by doing this. It doesn't make any sense. So we want to eliminate some bad things right off. If you're smoking and we tell you, hey, I have these vitamins for your lungs, is it going to be more impactful for you to take the vitamins for your lungs or to take out the cigarettes? So let's take out the bad stuff. Get rid of that. We never want to do anything like this and try to curl our arm around. We're not trying to get way out here. That's just not necessary, and it causes a lot of stress if our shoulder blade's not moving, which we're going to work on. We're going to work on the shoulder blade. We just don't want to push it too far. So you're at the golf course, you're ready to go right now. Well, first thing that we need to do is warm up our hips. So we want to use our hips and our glutes and our hamstrings. So I'm going to do 5 hip hinges, slow and controlled. I had to slow down right there because I'm doing it fast. But I want to get through this pretty quick. You should feel that in your hamstrings and your glutes. The second thing that we do is we work on T-spine mobility. So I'm coming up, arms up, squeezing down and back, and I'm going to do this 3 times on each side. Squeezing down and back, isolating, moving through my thoracic spine. So I've warmed up my glutes and hamstrings. I've warmed up my thoracic spine and my scapular retractors and my upward rotators, which is important. I got the T-spine mobility. Third, I'm going to go through the world's greatest stretch. If you're pressed for time, just do 2 of them, but I always say 3. So I come down, get into this position, squeeze that back glute, hold it for 5 seconds, hand on the foot, pushing the elbow pushing the leg out, looking towards that thumb on the knee that's up, like a torpedo driving out. Going on the other side, this is a catch-all. We're loosening up all the mobility we need for our hips and for our thoracic spine, 5 seconds of each. Make sure you don't leave that back glute behind. You gotta squeeze it. If you don't squeeze it, then we're not gonna be locked down in our lumbar spine. We want our hips to be locked down so we move mostly through our thoracic spine. That's where we need the range of motion. Now the fourth thing is we're just gonna warm up for our feet. So I just wanna do a side-to-side motion so that I'm warming up my hips and I'm warming up my feet, because I'm gonna have a follow through where I want my belt buckle to be down the fairway. So I just want my feet warm. So I'm just going to do 5 side to side. This will actually look cool. I think that you're going to look cool at the golf course if you do this. Now, I've had a client that gave me a hard time and said, that looks stupid. It doesn't matter. We want to play good golf and we don't want to get hurt. We want to be out there consistently. I don't care what people think about me. We need to fire up our feet. We need to fire up our hips. These 4 things are going to do it for you. So do them consistently and make sure you do them before your round of golf. If you want to shorten this program, never exclude the world's greatest stretch. You can shorten anything, but the world's greatest stretch is going to get the thoracic spine and it's going to get your hips. And if you don't get those two things, then it's a wash and we shouldn't do any warm up at all. So make sure you keep the world's greatest stretch. If you're going to do one thing, if I can get you to do one thing to keep yourself healthy, do the world's greatest stretch. Now, if you want to do a little bit more, then working on the peanut, we have another video about that. On the peanut, working on thoracic mobility before you go out there. If you want to be really efficient, that's what's going to get a lot of mobility through the thoracic spine, the rib cage, and your shoulder blades. So that's if you want to do a little bit more. We have two videos here on golf-related injuries, one with the wrist and the elbow, and then also the top 3 stretches with golf. That's not just your warm-up routine, but something you should be doing consistently. Check those out. We'll see you in the next video. Get mobile and stay active.